Okay, so this is going to be unedited, apart from maybe it's going to be a bit, it might be a bit cut, it might be split a bit to save time and stuff, but this is going to be a largely unedited, low effort video. I plan to make a high effort video guide on Plant at some point, but I want to get this out because someone asked me to make a combo guide, and I'll go over a few combos of this as well, tell you just what a few is for. So, I am one of the best piranha plants in my country. Some people would say I'm the second best. People would debate on that. Some people would say the best, but I think Bloom Forever is the best. But I'm not PR'd, so I can't prove anything. But I'm just telling you that so I can clarify that I do know what I'm talking about here. So we're going to go over Patui first, and what's that for? What Patui is for, since that is a lot of Piranha Plant's kit. So Patui is in neutral B, and it's with Spike Wall here, right? So if you don't know, which you should, the closer it is to Plant's mouth, the further it's fired. Patui, when fresh, will deal about 20 something damage, you know, it deals about 20 damage. And that's really good damage, you know, but you're going to be using this move a lot because not only is it used to throw people to get it away from you, it's also a good anti-air, and it's a combo tool, like so, as an anti-air, or it can come out of combos, like so. So it's going to stale quite quickly, meaning the damage and knockback of it is going to be lessened. So that's important to note. But overall, you're going to be using this a lot for damage and combos and for keeping people away from you, and for edge guarding and lead trapping. It is very good. It's a very good move. As you see, like if I get Banjo off stage, I can, if he doesn't recover high like an idiot, I'll be using Patui off ledge, because as you see, it sends at a good angle and can even bounce off ledge if I need it to. So it's used for lead trapping as well. It's a very good move. Shame that Banjo just didn't really cooperate there, but I think you got the idea. So it's a good anti-air tool, it's a good combo tool, it's good for people away, it's good for pressure and stage control, it's good for about everything. So now let's go over Plant's normals real quick. So Plant's jab is frame 2, it is therefore really quick. It's not got great range, but for what it does, I think it's fine really, because it's so quick. And the Gentleman's Jab, some people let tech chasing scenarios, which is good, because then you can follow it with like a down smash or something to get them off stage. The angle it sends out is also does good for getting people off stage, you know, getting low off stage, so you can edge guard a Patui like so. So I think it's really good for that. And the rapid jab is pretty okay. It's nothing special. It's just a rapid jab. It's nothing to really talk about that. But it's still, you know, frame 2 for jab 1, so it's still fast. It's still a good option, kind of a panic option in that case. It's also useful to use in poison gas, as I'm keeping him in the poison to deal even more damage than I really should have with a rapid jab. So it's good for that as well. So if someone goes into the poison, I'll talk about this move a bit more later. But as you see, it's used there as well, so I think jab overall is a very good move. It works well with Plant's kit. And you can try to drag down there to jab as well, although it's not true, it's definitely worth going for in a lot of situations. Next is up is forward tilt. It's a good get off me tool, because it's got good range out of, it's got the most range out of all its tilts, as you see. It's fairly quick. It's not as fast as jab, of course, but it's fairly quick and gets people away from you, really. It doesn't really kill until extremely high percents, but it can get people off stage well, and it does okay damage as it combos into itself to a 2-hit. It's not really used in combos outside of maybe Nair to forward tilt here, like so. But otherwise, it's not very used. It's not used in combos and stuff, but it's still, you know, it's fairly safe on shield, I guess. It's not the most safe on shield thing, but because of its range and you can only use one, it's kind of good for that as well, although it doesn't apply much pressure. But it's got good range for a plant move, and it's a good get off me tool, kind of. So that's what I use it for personally. down tilt is used to combo into forward air, and not really much else. It combos into forward air for a while. As you can see, I can continue doing this for a really long time. So it's useful for that, but at higher percents people can DI away, which lessens its combo ability, but it's still good for coming into fair a lot of the time. There's no reason, like, if you do get down tilt, there's no reason not to go for forward air most of the time. It's good for that. When it doesn't combo into forward air though, which is really high percents, I think maybe about 100 or so, it won't be comboing into forward air anymore. No, it can still come into forward air at 100, which is good, but you know, at really high percents, when it won't really be coming into forward air, it's pretty useless as a move. You're not going to be using it for anything, apart from the fact that it's got, you know, decent range for plant moves, but forward tilt still has more range, so at really high percents, it's not a very useful move. You're not going to be using this for anything. But at mid percents and stuff, it's used to come into forward air. So that's what it's used for solely. Plant's up tilt is an anti-air. If I put on invincibility, you can see that it's intangible on the head, and this move will combo into up air, whether you use it as an anti-air or not, which is useful because that's and because it's intangible and fairly quick, it's just pretty good as an anti-air in general. It's very good anti-air. And another reason it's good outside of comboing into up air is because let's get Banjo at a really high percent, for example, 120 for example, and hit a move it up tilt as an anti-air. You know, that almost killed. On suited with short blast it'll be killing, you know, now 150 it will be killing. It kills slightly earlier than an up throw. Of course it doesn't kill as early as an up smash, of course, but it still kills a bit after when it stops comboing. Dash attack is a great burst option, it is very fast, sends at a very good angle for getting people off stage, and Patui combos into it at low percents to help you get people off stage with it as well, as you can see here. So that's good to know. And it's good for getting people off stage. It's just a burst option. It will cross up through shields as well. So his aerials, his neutral air always sends people in front of him. It can be used for covering rolls at ledge and stuff and getting people back off stage for it. You can also just use it for crossing up shields and just really covering tech chases and stuff if you don't feel like using dash attack and stuff. Other than that, I believe it's our fastest aerial, probably, and it's a multi-hit, so it's out for a while. But its primary use, in my opinion, is for tech chases and for just going at people with shields, since who are shielding and stuff, the momentum and stuff. I think it's good for that, really. Sorry that wasn't structured well, but I'm not really good at explaining what neutral air it's used for, but you kind of get the idea, right? It's for approach, you know, it's for covering bad approach options, it's for covering rolls, tech chases, and for interrupting ledge rolls if Patui missed at ledge, that kind of stuff. Forward air, the tip of the pot does more damage and knockback. As you can see, it can send at low percents to tech chases. Oops, that was dash attack. It'll send to tech chases angles, which is good. Other than that, it's just really used to get people off stage, and off stage it's used to keep people off stage. And you'll be using this after throwing the Patui a lot of the time, and you'll be using it out of down throw, and of course down tilt. As you can see, if I fire Patui, I can combo it into forward air, and this continues happening for a very long time. I know 58 isn't my idea of very long. Okay, maybe it doesn't continue for a very long time, but at early percents you'll be comboing Patui into forward air sometimes if you can. I'm not demonstrating it well, so I mean early percents, right? I spread some misinformation there saying it goes into it for a while, sorry about that. But at early percents you can combo Patui into forward air to help get people off stage. You can do up air Patui forward air as well, which works for a bit longer as well. And I think that's what I was talking about, and I was being wrong. Yeah, so you can do Patui as an anti-air, will combo into forward air for a while. That's what I was talking about. Sorry about that, it's not structured well. But yeah, as an anti-air, Patui will be comboing into forward air for a while, which can help get people off stage, even though you're using Patui as an anti-air. Because anti-air don't particularly do that most of the time. You can try to go for forward air when it's not hitting with a tip, but that's not really... Normally, if someone's really close to you, you won't be using forward air, you might want to be using nair instead. Back air is really only used for killing. Not really much else, really, because it's really slow and laggy. Like, look how laggy that is. Like, I'm mashing A, and as you can see, from doing it from the max of the heights of my jump, I cannot do anything else in the air. It's very laggy, but it's only really used for killing. It's got good damage, and as a kill move, it is really good. So of course, it's good for getting people off stage and killing them, and that's really good about it. Other than damage, I guess. Like, you can use it for punishing rolls, I guess, as well, to keep them off stage, but it's not very safe, I have to say. Up air combos into itself for a long time. Combos into pretty much any aerial as well, and very notably, it will combo into Patui. I'm talking about landing up air here. Rising up air doesn't, like, rising up air won't really combo. I suppose it can with platforms, like, as you can see here. It'll, sorry about this, I'm kind of fucking up. Oh my god, this banjo is not cooperating. So as you can see, it's good for sharking beneath platforms, and if he were at a low percent, I could combo up air into up air and stuff. Primarily it's used for comboing into Patui as a landing option. It's normally used for landing, but it can be used for sharking underneath platforms as well. You can just combo it into imagination, really, for a long time. You can even combo it into up tilt if you want to. But if it combos into anything, I'd recommend always doing up air to Patui, since Patui does a lot of damage. The only reason you wouldn't do that is if, for whatever reason, you don't want to stale Patui, but it will be staling anyway, so I would not recommend using, like, not using Patui if you land up air. Of course, at later percents, I would absolutely recommend using another aerial after, and by later percents, I mean like 60% and stuff, like 60% and above, because you'll notice this isn't really comboing into Patui anymore, but it will combo into itself, it will combo into other aerials, it's used for comboing into other areas, basically. The hitbox sucks though, which is something I should mention. It's only out for 3 frames. There's a misconception that it has Z-axis issues. It does not. The hitbox is just terrible, and I think it should have more active frames, and the hitbox should be fixed, because as you can... Oh, that's not a good demonstration of it. As you can see, it looks like I should be hitting him there, and I am not. Down air, as you can see, the hitbox, the spike hitbox is not very good. It's at the very start of a move, and the front of the pot, the front and down, underneath, that is underneath the ball, like not just quite the front, as you can see. And it's just really useful as a spike for punishing air dodges, just like pretty much any down air. It'll combo into stuff, I suppose, like so. It can combo into up smash, I guess, but that's just because of a spike. I've heard that you can weak dare into grab at low percents, but I haven't labbed that properly, so I cannot confirm that. That's Plant's aerials. So now for just some other stuff. Grab is fast, I guess. I think it's frame 6. Down throw combos into forward air. Forward throw and back throw are for getting people off stage. And up throw is for killing at high percents. Down throw is fast, it's good for covering rolls and getting people off stage and killing, as you expect from smash attack. Forward smash is only really good for killing, nothing else. and up smash is a good anti-air. It has a scoop, and it kills really early. It only really uses an anti-air though, it's not supposed to be used for much else. It's a very good kill move, and yeah. And that really covers it for plant. Oh fuck! I say that, but I forgot plant special moves. Damn. So, Poison Breath. It's good for using at ledge, so people don't stall at ledge if you're gonna miss time 2. It is good for having stage control as well, because people don't want to go into this. It'll deal massive damage and you might rapid jump. So what people may want to do to counter your Poison Breath is to jump over it, and then you can use an anti-air such as up smash or up tilt or 2 or whatever, and benefit off that, since you've got a wide array of anti-airs. People might run away from it, which just does nothing really, that just resets neutral. Or people can take it like a champ, really. You can try to grab people in the poison if you want, but I've said before, recommend rapid jabbing. And I'd only recommend grabbing if they're at a high percent and you can get an up throw and kill because of it. Poison can also do really good immense shield pressure. Like, if someone is shielding in that poison gas and you start rapid jabbing, they're gonna have to stop shielding unless they want to have their stock taken. And also, you can jump out of charging it, and you can shield out of charging it, both really instantly. And you can wave bounce it in the air, which means you have some very good movement options with it, and that means you can go underneath stage with a wave bounce and do some interesting stuff off stage. I'll be making a video covering one edge guarding technique which utilizes that, but that means it's also a good movement option outside of just being an attack like so. Up B isn't to be used much else as a recovery tool. It's very free, as you can see. I can move from left to right to left, just like that. It goes from a very good distance, like so. Very good distance. And yeah, it's pretty free. I pretty much recommend you go inward to the stage when recovering almost all the time, so that makes it hard to punish. I recommend tilting the leaves to hit people who are approaching you. If you tilt them correctly, it will hit them, so they cannot punish you as easily. You can try to Piranha side sometimes, which means killing them off stage with it. However, if people SDI correctly, they can just fall out of Piranha side, so it's not recommended most of the time, but I thought it was worth mentioning since it's funny to your friendlies. But it's not very common to do because it's a bit difficult to do and it's risky. Because people can fall out and you will die. And then finally, Long Stem Strike so it does good shield damage, it does good damage, and it kills. You can use it in neutral if you'd like. It has armor on the pot, which can withstand any amount of damage underneath 15%. If someone does 15%, it will break the armor and they will hit you. It extends your hurt box while you use it, so they can hit you while you use it, so you've got to be careful. If you are scared they will hit you, you can press A while charging it, while it's unleashing, I mean. And as you can see, you can cancel it early. This means it will not have a hitbox, but it means you don't actually put yourself out there. As you may know, you cannot tilt back when using down B, and if you are right next to the stage and you press forward, you will then just go off the stage, like so. Oh, that was not a good example of it, but you get the idea. So it's used for dealing shield damage, it's good for hitting from afar, it's good for punishing air dodges, that is one of its uses. It's good for punishing bad options, really, for catching people off guard. It's basically the definition of a tracking tool, and I love it a lot. And I think that covers every move Plant has. So to go over some combos now, landing up air for 2E, up air at 0. Later on, you may want to do, if people DI out, you'll just want to do 2v forward air, as I discussed, forward air, no, down tilt forward air. Patui can combo into, it's really awkward training. Patui can combo into up air, to do something like that as well, but that's, you need to face pretty perfectly to be able to do that, so I think that's worth noting. And yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I should have mentioned, down air at weird percents down air can like block people. Oh well, whatever, I'm having trouble showing it. But yeah, you can try landing up air back air to get more stage. A lot of combos come from landing up air to stuff, as I said before. There's not much else in the way of combos. They're pretty easy to get though. In the way of combos, mostly what you're going to be doing is just down throw to forward air, landing up air for 2E aerial, landing up air aerial, up tilt, up air, and that's pretty much what your combos are going to look like. For 2E to aerial as well, and then a few things off for 2E, and that's pretty much your combo game. Unless you want to count jab to jab block is a combo, which it is not. Lead trapping for plants is really simple as well. I should probably go over this. You just get people off stage, and then you put poison there like so, and you hold, then you fire Patui. And when their invincibility goes off, the Patui will cover. You should fire it when Patui will be covering ledge hang. It should be covering their jump. And then if they roll in, you neutral air, pretty much. And if the neutral air whiffs or you don't do it, you just grab them and throw them back off stage for a back air or a back throw or forward throw. Then they'll go off stage and rinse and repeat. Just practice this a lot and you'll get used to it. You don't necessarily need for poison gas, by the way. You can just go to Patui, it works fine either way, but the poison gas provides extra pressure, and I'd recommend doing it when you can. I think that about covers it for Piranha Plant. I'm sorry, but this was really unstructured. I tried not to go onto any tangents. I will edit it a little bit to restructure it, because I know I structured it a bit weirdly, but I think that should suffice, really, as a guide to lower level plants, because it should help you understand what each move is for. I'm sorry that I didn't really show anything in actual combat, but I think it should be helpful for you to understand what each move is for. You should understand what is slow, what is fast, when you'll be using stuff, and all of that. I will make a more high effort guide at some point, which will go over more details, for example, what frame everything comes out at. But I just wanted to get this out quickly because someone asked me to. And yeah.